What it do? It's your boy Ratchet Reggie, and welcome to another episode of Narrow Minded. Um, if you clicked on this video, first I would like to say thank you for clicking on this video and coming to visit my channel. After you watch this video and you like it, subscribe to it, like it, comment on it, share it, do whatever you want to do with it. Okay, just make sure that you show me some love. Okay, just show your boy some love. Okay, so anyway. My name is Ratchet Reggie. This here is another episode of Narrow Minded, where I give my own opinion, my own point of view of subjects and topics that I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, today I want to talk about, can black people really forgive the United States of America? You understand what I'm saying? Can black people truly and really forgive the United States of America for everything that black people that for everything black people has gone through, by the hands of the government of the United States of America and the powers that be. Okay? So today that's what I'm gonna talk about. Today that's what I'm gonna talk about. Can black people really forgive the United States of America with everything that we have been through? And that's a tough question, especially for me, because me, I have always been the type that know that this shit was not right. You know what I'm saying? And it really didn't sit with me well my entire life. You understand what I'm saying? Growing up, my heroes was my father, Martin Luther King. I always admired Martin Luther King because of course, of what the stories that were told to me by my family, and also through education, through, elementary and middle school, and the United States of America history or whatever. So I identified with Martin Luther King. I always had that fighter spirit. I always had that rebellious spirit. Not saying MLK was rebellious, but he was rebellious in a way in order to, give his people a better opportunity at, a better life. Give his people a better opportunity at a better life. MLK was very rebellious, to the powers that be, the United States government, the United States of America. So, can black people really forgive the United States of America? And like I was saying, when I was a kid, my favorite hero was Martin Luther King. So imagine being a young black boy and your favorite hero is Martin Luther King for what he has done for your people. Because during his time, they didn't have the rights that even black people enjoy today. They didn't have those rights back then. So, Martin Luther King was a leader. He galvanized, millions and hundreds and thousands of black people. Not only black people, white people. And not only white people, all different races. Okay? He had them come together and had them to understand, the situation that black America was going through. And he had them realize that this was a human problem, not a race problem. This is a human problem because black people are humans. You know what I'm saying? Actually, never mind, I ain't even gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? We're really the original humans. You understand what I'm saying? But like they say, last will be first, first shall be last. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, can black people forgive the United States of America? So imagine me being a young black boy in America and my family telling me as a young kid how things are and how things were and how things, are going to continue to be. You know what I'm saying? As far as how black people are treated in America. And imagine you going to school and learning, that your ancestors was slaves. Okay? This is what you learn in the American school system as a black person. You don't learn anything about your ancestors, prior to slavery. They start at slavery. So in your mind, you started out as a slave. They don't tell you about, Egypt and, black people. They don't tell you that, the first human that was on this earth scientifically proven was a black woman. They don't tell you that all human life started in Africa and black people are the original humans. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that black people, had a great civilization by the name of Kemet, aka Egypt. And Egypt was, a great civilization that pretty much is the reason for all the technology we have till this day. When it comes to electricity, when it comes to mathematics, when it comes to astrology, when it comes to anatomy, when it comes to your health, and when it comes to your diet, and when it comes to studying the stars, everything, pretty much all the technology we have today comes from Egypt. But they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that as a black kid. They tell you that these Europeans came to your land, took you from your land, put you on a boat, brought you over here to America so you can work for them for free. And they tell you that you were at one point three-fifths human. And they tell you at one point that you was a slave and you was treated like dirt and you was just property, and you were able to be sold, and you were whipped, and you were killed, and you were hung from trees, and you were set on fire, and you had to beg massa for this, and you had to beg massa for that, and massa fed you, and massa, ruled over you, and you wore ragtag clothes, and that's what they tell you. You understand what I'm saying? As a black kid, that's what they tell you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have no power. You couldn't fight back. You were weak. You were treated like, cattle, pretty much. You were worthless. You're nothing. You know what I'm saying? So as a black kid, that's what they teach you in America. In America, this is how they teach young black people in America. This is how you start out your education, learning about how you was a slave. And the whole education system only talks about European history. It only tells you about European heroes. It only tells you about the whole education system is whitewashed, and it tells you nothing about yourself as an African American man or African or a stolen African or pretty much I'm a captive of war, because when they went to Africa, don't think they just went there and said, let me get a couple of your people to help. Don't think the Europeans asked for black people to come to America. No, it wasn't no asking. It was an invasion. You understand what I'm saying? It was an invasion. They were forced. That's why they had chains on. No, none of them willingly left their country to come to this new world or whatever, to be a slave. Okay? So, this is what they teach you. They teach you that it was kings and it was queens, but it wasn't no black kings and queens. It was just the king and the queen of London and the king and of England and this and that. You know what I'm saying? They teach you about that British history, and you're not even British. You're black. You're from Africa. They teaching you about British, Great Britain, and the beginning of America and how you was a slave. Okay, so then they go further and further along in the education and tell you how you wasn't able to vote and you couldn't get a loan, you know what I'm saying, from the bank at a certain time. You couldn't buy a house at a certain time. You couldn't work for certain companies at a certain time. You couldn't pretty much do anything. You was free, but you didn't have any rights to, set your family, get your family financially stable. They didn't give you any opportunities. They continued to treat you like shit. They continued to hang you from the trees. They continued to allow the Ku Klux Klan to exist and to hunt you and to, pretty much cause havoc and try to, scare you each and every single day. Burn crosses in your yard. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things that they allow to happen. A terrorist group. They allow a terrorist group by the Ku Klux Klan to infiltrate the police system so they can have them working for the police department, to infiltrate the courthouse, to be judges, to be prosecutioners. You understand what I'm saying? To be governors. So can black people really forgive the United States of America for everything that they did to the African Americans? You gotta understand, right now I'm speaking English. I don't supposed to be speaking English. That's not what Africans spoke before Europeans came and invaded Africa. You gotta understand, I don't even know what language I'm supposed to be speaking right now. That's what they stripped me of. I don't know what tribe I belong to. It's a lot of countries inside the continent of Africa. I could be from any one of those countries. I don't know where I'm from. I don't know who my tribe is. So, they stripped you from your ancestors. They stripped you from who you are, you don't know where you come from. You understand what I'm saying? You got the Italians, and you got the Greeks, and you got the British, and then you got who else? The Spaniards, and then you got the Russians, and then they know where they come from. They know where they lineage from. But a lot of black people in America, especially African Americans, we don't know where the fuck we come from. We don't know who our family is in Africa. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So the things that the United States of America has done to black people is unimaginable. The evil is so crazy you can't imagine it. So can black people truly forgive the United States of America? And then you get to thinking about everything that has transpired through the years, So you finally get you a leader. You finally get you a MLK to organize the masses of black people. And then it wasn't just MLK. We had people like Frederick Douglass. We had people like Harriet Tubman. We had people like, what's my man name? Oh man, I always forget his name, man. But you had plenty of black heroes. You understand what I'm saying? Before Martin Luther King came along. But I'm focusing on Martin Luther King because that was my hero when I was a kid, when I was coming up. That's who my family told me about, okay? Marcus Garvey. You had Marcus Garvey. You understand what I'm saying? You had Muhammad Ali. You had plenty of great black leaders and great black men and women, okay, who helped us fight the struggle in America. So, you a kid, right? And this is what you're learning at a young age, as a young black kid, that you are a second-class citizen, that you're not worth shit because you was a slave to these Caucasians and these white people that pretty much run the world that you live in right now. And they damn sure run America. You know, in every corporation, the top of the top is white. Pretty much your managers are white. I don't care what job you go work for, you go to the top of the food chain, it's gonna be white. It's gonna get more whiter the higher you go. The higher you go, white, 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 white. Okay? And that's for the majority of the majority of the corporations and the companies in America. You look at the Constitution. Who wrote the Constitution? All white men. Okay? All white men. Not a Mexican, not a black person, not an Asian person. All white men. Okay? So can America really, can black people forgive America for everything that America has done to black people? You got to think, we were here working for free, picking cotton, getting whipped, having our children sold to different plantations, separating our family, master raping my wife, master forcing me to fight another brother for fun, master raping my daughter if he want to. You know what I'm saying? Master raping my son or try to rape me if he want to. So can black people really forgive America or the United States of America for everything they have done? So imagine me as a black kid learning this stuff. I'm not a grown adult. They teach you that as a young kid. So already in your mind, you're not worth shit. Your self-esteem is kind of low. They're teaching you that you're less than white people because white people governed over you for this amount of years. You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, so now you got MLK, somebody to be proud of, right? And then you learn that he was killed. Your hero was killed. Okay? And it's documented that the United States of America was responsible for his death, for his assassination. So your hero that you looked up to, that helped, liberate black people and help organize black people and help black people at least get civil rights, not even human rights, civil rights, okay? He died for black people to get civil rights, not even human rights, just civil rights, okay? Your hero, not only your hero, the black people hero in general, they kill him, okay? Take him out of here. Because they got to send a message. The United States of America got to send a message to black people to stay in your place. Who is this Martin Luther King thinking he can organize all these black people and get them to try to think they can get some rights? Who are they? They got to stay in their place, okay? So then they kill your leader. You know what I'm saying? So you find out, like, dang, they killed Martin Luther King. Did anybody go to jail? What happened? Nobody goes to jail. Okay? Nobody goes to jail. And then, you grow older and you get more education. And you realize that they did things like the Tuskegee Project. where they infected black people with syphilis to see how it would see what it would do to their body over a 30-year period. Okay, see what it would do to their mind, and see what it would do to their health. So they experimenting on black people. They told the black people that it was here we go with these injections, right? They told the black people that it was a flu shot, help them from getting cold or help them from getting sick. The whole time they injecting them with a fucking disease, okay? Did anybody go to jail from that? No, nobody went to jail from that experiment. The Tuskegee experiment, nobody went to jail for that shit, okay? So can black people really, can we really forgive the United States of America for what they've done to us? Okay? And then what about the communities, right? So you growing up in a community, right? And as a kid, you're not seeing the disparities between your community and the white side of town community. But as you get older, you start to notice the differences. In your community, what you got? Fast food, McDonald's, Bojangles, Wendy's, Cookout. You understand what I'm saying? Terrible food, terrible nutrition, fast food. Then you go into a terrible school with no funding, overcrowded classrooms, overworked teachers. You know what I'm saying? Teachers that don't really care, they're just there for a paycheck. So then so not only are they put you in an environment to have you eating bad food and getting a poor education. Getting this nutrition that they know that's gonna mess with your bodily organs and it's gonna mess with your mind development, and it's gonna mess with your blood level, your sugar blood levels, and it's gonna make you a diabetic. And then you learn as you get older that this is systematic, because when you leave from your state or your city, you go to another state, another city, and it's the same thing. You see the same projects, the same black side of town where all the fast food restaurants is and all the raggedy streets at, where it tears up your car and no type of resources or opportunities in that area. A lot of drug addicts. You see it in every single city in the United States, a black side of town and a white side of town. And it's very different. Black side of town, you got police following you around every 2 seconds, flooded. So of course, if you got all these police in this area, of course it's gonna be more crime, because you got more police, you're gonna catch more people. But it's gonna be more crime regardless, because guess why? Anytime it's poverty and no opportunities and no money, it's gonna be high crime. They say black on black crime and this and that. White on white crime. White people kill more white people than any other race, because that's who they're around. Black people kill more black people because that's who we are around. And not only that, we're in poverty situations. So it's a trick. They got you in a trick. So after the slavery, Then you had the Jim Crow and the lynching and just white people running rampant, being able to do anything they want, can, and do to black people, and no justice was served at all. And these are the times without no camera phone. So imagine the type of deaths that went on. I mean, think about Emmett Till. Think about how many Emmett Tills it really was that we don't even know about, okay? So can black people really forgive the United States of America? So then you learn about the 13th and the 14th Amendment, okay? Dr. Martin Luther King gave his life for these amendments, right? So guess what they do? Okay, yeah, we'll give y'all civil rights, but guess what we gonna do? We gonna trick you. Because this is what we're gonna do. We're going to make it to where if you are incarcerated in prison and you're property of the state or property of the state, or you're property of the feds, now you are a slave again and you have to work for free. So it's all just a trick. It's never freedom. And then people say, so now you went from slavery, from the brutal, just horrible, most horrific shit that ever happened in human history, to a group of people, to a race of people, slavery. After that, Jim Crow. After that, civil rights. And in between that, all type of crazy shit. Just like Tulsa, Oklahoma. When the black people had their own community, their own schools, their own banks, their own grocery stores, their own lawyers, their own doctors, their own hospitals. They were thriving. They needed no help from any Caucasians. But guess what the United States do? They get mad, they get angry, and they blow up and burn the whole city down with military planes and helicopters. Just set the whole fucking city on fire, the whole area on fire. Okay? So can black people really forgive America and the United States of America? Can we really forgive them? All these years of Caucasians acting like they don't know, they can't see the racism. Like I said, every side of town you go to, every city you go to, it's a white side of town and it's a black side of town. Almost all my friends that I know grew up in public housing or stayed in public housing at one point in time in their life. You think that's by accident? That's not by accident. Especially when you go I'm from this city and this state. I go to a city and state across the states. And the projects look the same? How they look the same? You can't tell me this is not planned. Okay? All of the unarmed, innocent black men, even children that were killed by the police officer, and no one gets evicted? Not evicted, but convicted? No one gets convicted. No one gets sent to jail? Can black people really forgive the United States of America? Can we really forgive them? They tell you to shut up, dribble a basketball. That's all you can do. Everywhere you look, it's all about white people. You got white superheroes. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Okay? All of them are white. All of them are white. All the major superheroes are white. What kind of message are you sending to little kids of a different color when you don't have no superheroes that you can identify with? Okay? And not only that, not only what they're doing to black people in America, what about the black countries? What about the other black countries that the United States of America is shitting on and taking advantage of and doing the most evil shit to? You know, Haiti, Jamaica, you know, the places in the Middle East, aka Africa. You know, places in Africa. All the land that the American government has ravaged for oil, for diamonds. How they ran through Africa, taking Africa resources. Like I said, oil, diamonds, ivory, minerals, human labor. Okay? So can black people really forgive the United States of America? Can we really forgive the United States of America with all of the hate and all of the things that they tried to do to us, to kill us, to wipe us off the face of the earth, to treat us like second-class citizens? When we built this country, we built the country. We built the White House. Black people building a White House. Slaves building a White House. We helped fight in the Revolutionary War. We helped fight in World War I, World War II. We helped fight in the Vietnam War. The Civil War. We helped fight in all those wars. And what is the thanks that we get? We don't get nothing. Go back to your country. What do you mean go back to my country? This is my country. And Africa is not a country, it's a continent. You know, all the hate that we received in America. And now people and how they try to put us on TV. You know, the Love and Hip Hops. How they try to embarrass us to make us look like we're animals. And then they make the most money off of us making a fool out of ourselves. So they manipulate us to make a fool out of ourselves and then make money off us. So can black people really forgive America? Black people, some of the most spiritual people. Matter of fact, we are the most spiritual people in the world. The most family-orientated people in the world. The most loving and forgiving people in the world. Okay? And they trying to tear us down to the bare minimum. You know, where they've been trying to tear us down. You know, so can we really forgive America? And you know, it's crazy because with this George Floyd thing happening, I'm seeing a lot of white people, you know, and a lot of corporations, you know, saying we're on the side of justice, and we're on the side of George Floyd, and we're with the protesters, and we're Black Lives Matter this and Black Lives Matter that. How does Black Lives Matter when it's still 77% of old white Caucasians in Congress? These are the people that make the rules. These are the people that make the laws. These are the people that that run the world. And they're still old white people. But America's supposed to be a melting pot. But who write the laws? Old white people. So how can, I don't care about these corporations talking about they taking the knee for justice and this and that. No. How are you really going to change this fundamentally? Through policies, through actual shit that makes a difference. Like, how about this? Making a law where if you are a police officer and you kill an unarmed man, woman, or child, you mandatorily have to do 10 years. How about that? How about writing legislation like that? I bet you that should have changed a lot of these trigger-happy police officers that's running around here. Let's see if you really care about black lives, okay? How about giving us free education? How about giving us free tax breaks where we don't even have to pay taxes? How about wiping everyone credit out so they can start out with good credit? How about an apology? How about really allowing talented businessmen and women to get these high-level corporate jobs? How about allowing African Americans and people of color with great business ideas to actually get a loan from their bank? Okay? How about that? Okay? Reparations. The United States is the most powerful country in the world because of black people, period. Without that free labor, they would have not been able to become the world power that they are. Every major corporation has traces to slavery and slave money. Every major corporation in the United States, if you follow the trail where they get most of their money, is going to go back to slavery. I don't care what corporation it is. And then they tell black people to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. After they done had they boot on our back for all those years when we was working for free and building up their country, building up their equity, making them the most powerful country in the world. And then they turn around and shoot us in the middle of the street and no justice is served. Then y'all say black on black crime. Okay, if I go kill another black man, I'm doing time. I'm getting locked up. So all these black mothers gotta sit and watch on TV when it's time for these police officers and these murderers who kill unarmed innocent black men to be convicted and watch them go scot-free. Just for $1 million here and $1 million there. Can black people really forgive America? When they created these vaccinations specifically for black boys to give them autism and also to sterilize them so they can't produce children when they get older. And how the health industry and the hospitals are killing our black women when they're going in for labor, or they have issues with their reproductive system or issues with their feminine, system or whatever. So can we really forgive? Can black people really forgive America? When black people only represent 13% of the population, but black men represent 40%, 44% of the jail population? Do you know how absurd that is? So can black people really forgive America when they send drugs in our neighborhood for us to sell and then lock us up for years upon years? Take the drugs, take the money, put the drugs back on the street, and do the same thing to another black man and tear up families for generations. How do black people get these drugs? Okay? We don't have the ships. We don't have the ships to bring them drugs in. We're not the ones bringing them drugs in. We don't own no coca leaf field where we growing coke. How does coke get here? So can black people really forgive America when we've been the scapegoat for all of these years? When you blame everything on black people? When black people been the laughing stock and the butt of America jokes for years upon years? When you're teaching our black children in school that they were nothing but slaves? Not even teaching them what they were before they came to this country as captive slaves? And then you wonder why black men drop out of school. Why would I be in school when they're not teaching me anything about myself? I'm learning about Christopher Columbus. I don't relate to Christopher Columbus, okay? Christopher Columbus don't look like me, and he ain't did nothing good for me or my people. Why am I learning about the Queen of England? What they ain't done nothing for me, and they ain't done nothing but harm to my people. Why am I learning about George Washington? He ain't done nothing for me but enslave my people. Why am I learning about, all of these people that done nothing but hurt my people and destroyed my people? But I gotta learn about these. These are American heroes. These white men are on the dollars that I go to work for each and every single day. It's statues of these slave owners all over America. Can black people really forgive America? When they make a mockery of us? When movies used to come out and they used to put on blackface and lipstick. I mean, it's been racism in every single part of America, even in Hollywood. Black actors can't get no serious roles. I mean, everywhere you look, America has done black people dirty in any way you can think of. Like I said, they still have statues of slave owners till this day. The Confederate flag is still allowed in certain cities and certain states till this day. The Ku Klux Klan is still an organization till this day. That's crazy. Can black people really forgive America? That's a lot of forgiving that black people have to do. It's so much forgiving that black people can't even forgive each other. America has turned black people against each other through this systematic racism and through turning everything that we do for good, turning it into bad. Just like hip hop and rap music. With this rap music, and I love rap music, don't get me wrong, because rap music and hip hop has made a lot of millionaires for black people, and it has helped a lot of people escape poverty. But at the same time, most of the music is not nurturing for black people. It's teaching black people to hate each other. It's teaching black people to not value each other's life. Like it's just easy for me to kill you just because of some misunderstanding. Some misunderstanding, man. And we glorify that. But soon as one of these, white police officers kill an unarmed black man, we don't do nothing about it. None of our goons, none of our gangsters do anything about it. You know why? Because we do not value our lives. And you know why we don't value our lives? Because all of the shit that we have been brainwashed with, coming over here as slaves and seeing another black person being killed like that. That's how you don't value another black person's life. Because for 400 years, the people that run this country has not valued your life. And they've set up a system and it makes it for you, and it make it to where black people do not value their lives. Because in every single corner of the American system, every single section of the American system, black people are at the bottom. I don't care what statistic it is. And it was designed that way, and it was designed to keep black people at the bottom. So can black people really forgive America? Because at one point, the Crips and the Bloods was the Black Panther Party. And the Black Panther Party was great for the black community. They used to police their own community. They used to have breakfast programs to feed women and children in the neighborhood. They used to have after-school programs. But guess what? The United States of America said, no, we don't want them to do that for their own community. We don't want them to uplift their own community. And they infiltrated them just like they did Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And then they went and pretty much shot up the leader of the Black Panthers' home. Just rained it with bullets. Like a fucking Western movie or something. Like this man was not human at all. Okay? So then now the Black Panthers split up and turned into the Crips and the Bloods. Okay? Now they fighting against each other. Exactly what the government wanted. So can black people really forgive the United States of America, man? I don't know. It's hard for me to just be like, oh, all this shit that y'all done now that these corporations are saying, oh, I'm sorry, and I'm taking a knee with you. You taking a knee? How do I even know that's even respect? Because the police just took a knee on one of my people's neck and killed him. So you taking a knee ain't even really respectful to me. To me, that's you making a mockery of me now. And all these corporations saying we stand with black people and we stand with Black Lives Matter and this and this and that and this and this and that. Nah, I don't care what you say. Actions speak louder than words. And even then, we have the right, black people, you have the right to say if you're going to forgive America for what they have done to you and your ancestors for all these years. Okay? We don't feel guilty if you don't feel like forgiving them. Don't feel guilty if you don't have it in you to forgive them, because you still haven't reached that point of forgiveness, because you still know exactly what the fuck they did to you and your people for all these years. And if you quick to forgive somebody, they're quick to do it to you all over again. So don't just be quick to just be forgiving people your forgiveness and they haven't earned it yet. Because soon as they shuck and jive and get you to forgive them, and you forgive them and you let your guards back down, boom, here they go. Stick your ass again with a big ass bomb full of fucking racism. The only reason why the white race is ahead of the black race in this country is because of racism and systemic racism and redlining and Jim Crow. and all the other traps and booby traps that they done set up for black people to go through. You know, the AIDS epidemic, that was set up for black people. That was set up to kill black people. You know what I'm saying? Killing all of your leaders. MLK, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. You know, making you look like a clown on TV, loving hip hop, restricting you to just playing sports and being in entertainment, not allowing you to be one of these big investment bankers and hedge funds and stock market and controlling all of that. Nah, they ain't gonna let you do all of that. They ain't gonna let you control the money. But you can do this. Yeah, go ahead and entertain me. I want to be entertained. So, you know, for me to forgive the United States of America, it's going to take a lot. Okay? I'm not forgiving them for no fucking 15 minutes of, you know, we're standing with you and we're kneeling with you and we love Black Lives Matter and if you love fucking Black Lives Matter, why am I still paying for fucking college tuition? Huh? Because the black lives that my ancestor lives, they're the reason why United States is the powerhouse that it is right now. So y'all enjoy the benefits of my ancestors and treated me like shit. So until I get to enjoy them same benefits that y'all been enjoying all these years, until I'm able to enjoy those same benefits that y'all been able to enjoy all these years, I cannot accept your apology. Until you hand over the power that you unrighteously took by enslaving my people, making them work for free. Until you give me that power back, I can't forgive you. And if you don't want to give me that power back, then one day we might have, you know, in order to get freedom, sometimes you have to go to war. You understand what I'm saying? So in order for me to forgive America, they got a lot of changing to do. This whole system needs to be pretty much broken down and redone, because you can't have equality with the laws, the Constitution, and everything written by only one race of people, which is white people, Caucasians. They're the ones that wrote the Constitution. They are 77% of Congress. So they are writing the current laws as well. And they've been doing this since America was born. Okay? So until it's 50% of African Americans as Congress, or 50% of Congress is African Americans, and 50% of the police department is African Americans, and 50% of the CEOs in America is African Americans, and my I don't have to pay no taxes. My education is free. My credit is wiped clean. And y'all give me everything that y'all owe me, because y'all owe me. Then I can forgive America. Until then, why would I forgive you? Okay? They say they don't have enough money for reparations, but they sit here and print out $2 trillion for this fake ass corona pandemic. So I don't want to hear that. So I don't know about the other black people and what it's going to take for them to forgive America, but I know what it's going to take for me to forgive America, and you ain't going to be able to trick me, America. You're going to have to really prove to me. Until then, I'm going to be on your ass, okay? Until I get justice and equality and get what's mine. Not only justice and equality, but get what's mine, get what's rightfully mine, what my ancestors died for, and what y'all been enjoying for all of these years. Okay?